I did take a look at a couple other campsites. Actually, one I couldn't find. It was close to the Sunny Bono Wildlife Refuge, and the other one was about 5 miles north of Nyland. Online it said that it was a free campsite. It's no longer free. I would have considered staying, but it was almost totally full with RVs, and I pulled up to it and turned off my engine, and all I could hear were generators, so I'm not going to pay for that. So I came here, which is just south of Bombay Beach, and maybe it's probably less than 10 miles from Nyland, the city of Nyland, or it's hardly a city, the tiny half-abandoned village of Nyland. And this place is an abandoned county park, Imperial County, and it used to be a fishing area and a boat launch and a wildlife refuge, and it's completely abandoned except for a few crumbling buildings, mostly old toilets from what I can tell. There are a few people camped here who are ATV people. They probably stay all winter long. And then there's a few vehicles that look like they haven't moved in a very long time, and there are people living in them. One of the guys was a preacher. He came up to greet me and talk about God. But it's quiet here, and it's very peaceful. And so I recommend staying here. I didn't find it to be creepy. Well, Salton Sea is creepy, but not in a dangerous sort of way. So to find this place, you would drive north from Nyland, and it's about, probably, I would guess, 8 miles or so. And you will go through a border control checkpoint, which last night there was no one there. But it's there's a left turn lane just after, like immediately after that border control checkpoint, and you turn in there and go all the way down to the lake. I'm sorry, it's not a lake, it's a sea. The road at one time was completely paved. Now it's a little rough, but it's not bad at all, and it's probably close to a mile in, and you can pretty much camp anywhere. Be a little careful, there's soft sand spots, so don't just go pulling into something unless you have a four-wheel drive. But there are plenty of hard ground spots to camp in. So this used to be a boat launch, I think. And the water should be way up here. The water levels of the Salton Sea are going down very quickly. You can see just how salty it is too. Everything is just coated in minerals. So I think these were the bathrooms at one time. Fallen into a little disrepair, I'd say. Now these are cool. I love these. Ew. Gotta be careful where you step. There are people living in this town. This is Bombay Beach. But the conditions they live in don't look too good. And yes, that is a wig and some really fancy boots. I don't know. Interesting, man. There's a tiny dog, and that looks like a trash pile over there. That makes me sad. Actually, it's puppies. Oh, can you hear them? That makes me really sad. Somebody left their skirt in their sink. Watch out for broken glass. That was a bathroom. And a shower. And a toilet. And another shower. You got that right. So when you go to places like this, places that are poverty-stricken, crumbling, you know, I really like visiting places like this. I find them so interesting, but I also want to be careful of being respectful to the people who still live here. I don't want to make them feel like I'm visiting a zoo and looking at the animals. I've had that feeling before from other people, and it's not a good feeling. So treat people with respect, no matter how poor they are or what their living conditions. They're still people. So I don't want to bore you with all these, but there's tons of these. They're all around. And I think they're interesting, very interesting, but I'm starting to feel sad. So at one time, these were docks. And look how far out the water is now. Salton Sea is shrinking. Also, this was once a thriving tourist attraction. I guess it's still attracting people, but for different reasons. No one wants to fish or go in the water here. Check out this boat. One time this was a beautiful sailboat. Still beautiful, but in a totally different way. Well, I'm definitely glad I came here. What a fascinating place. And just in about an hour I'll be in the Palm Springs area. And it's going to be so completely different. And it's only a few miles up the road. What a fascinating place the desert Southwest is. Now this is cool. It's the Bombay Drive-In. Look at all the old cars. Look at that. This is really cool. There's a minivan for you, Kelly. You make that one work? Oh my God, it's a Pacer. Wayne's World. Oh my God. I always loved these cars. Gremlins and Pacers. Remember people in our neighborhood having one. That was so cool. That was a Porsche at one time. Yeah. And there's the movie screen. How awesome. Here's a nice little step van. Oops. Very cool. doesn't have an engine anymore, but has more space than most of my friends' houses. It's got the upper cabinets already built in. But here's one with an engine. Nice. Ford Escort wagon. This one's sold. I do love an El Camino. And this thing is so cool. Happy little beetle. This is just in the middle of this little town. Not much else going on. This reminds me of the car my aunt had when I was a little kid. Oh yeah, hippie bus. Always loved a hippie bus. A couple of boats. Nice. Wow. So thanks for joining me on my little excursion to the Salton Sea. I feel like this visit is going to stay with me for a while. The beauty and the serenity, and also the sadness and the death of the sea and death of the tourist economy and the death of the little towns. It's going to haunt me for a while. It's definitely worth a stop to visit this place. And I hope you do come and see it before it's gone. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you down the road.